Hey, folks, it's Lindsay Hollis with SPS back in the building. That's right, Sport Psychology Solutions with the Winning Wednesday. That's right, I'm here with an outstanding young man, somebody I've become a fan of over the years. Some may know you as Joshua Hines. Some may know you as DJ Ketchup, right? Get it
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
This young man has done some great things at Macomb, Dakota. Shout out to your coach Taco. Taco, I say it right.
Coco.
Coco, I hate
A lot
Coach.
of people
I'd
say
be
that.
mad. I messed his name up the first time I met him, and I apologized. I said I was gonna get it right, but Coach, sorry about that. You know, ain't nothing but love, man. Toko, shout out to Coach Toko, but also, you'll be heading on to University of Indianapolis. It'll be a
Yes,
great time, huh?
it'll be fun. I'm ready to get down there and get working.
You ready to get down there and get working, man? Well, out the gate, Wu Payne, my guy James Payne is saying what's up. One of the local guys, I know you probably come in contact with him. He's over at Henry Ford College. I'm sure
Okay.
it's been your ear, but let's just show the folks, where you're going to be at soon. This is going to be your home right here, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Good job.
that's the gym. And if you notice, that's what our background is. So, as of course, you're back in the gym. I met you a couple years ago. We were over at TJ Kelly's showcase.
Yes, sir. That was a
I
good
was
camp.
impressed with you when I met you. You had great camera presence. We were doing some media training, things like that. And then that's when you put me on that it was DJ Ketchup. But I didn't know it was ketchup like ketchup with me. I thought it was like ketchup and mustard,
Yeah,
man.
it's with a C, DAC. I mean DJ CATCHUP.
I
I don't
get it.
get
I
in the
get it.
copyright, so
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But you get down. But listen, beyond that, tell us what this high school career has been like for you. And again, shout out to Coach Toko and all he's done to guide you that way. I hope we got that set now. But just tell me what your experience has been like and what's got you to the point where you're leaving, headed south, past Fort Wayne and past a bunch of corn stalks to get to the city of Indianapolis to be there to be a Greyhound.
hey, I'm just blessed to just play the game and just God really just blessing me. I've always been a guy under the radar, but I haven't really played for an upstream AAU team. I mean, I played for the family in the 8th grade, but other than that, I don't really want to say I played for upstream AAU. So I know that, but then just my dad really just pushing me and working with me constantly, just staying in the gym. I know a lot of people don't know him, but he is the assistant coach at Dakota. So just having him on my side is just
I
yeah,
see it right there in the corner, right?
yes, that's
Yeah.
my pop. So just having him in my corner and really the support system, and then just like me just going out and doing what I have to do to just get my name out there, and eventually people start taking notice. I would say they took a notice a little late, but Indy for sure got a steal on me because just I'm just blessed to just play the game, like I said, and just I've Dakota's been a great experience for me. They've put me in great tournaments, great games, and just the exposure that Coach Toko has hit me with is just a blessing to just go there. And then I got a younger brother; he'll be going there next year. So it's the Hines boys is gonna keep we're gonna keep applying pressure. So just I had a lot of great success this year. I can talk about my team. We were 13-3. Uh, I want to say I came off the game 2 times this whole year. One of them I was hitting the groin, and one of them I was up by 30. And then it was just this year it was really my team, and I was looking for. I played under some great players. I played under Ryan Rollins, so a lot of those years that he was the face of Dakota. But I mean, I was
And
still
he's at University of Toledo right now,
yes
right?
sir, yes sir. He's at
Shout out to
University.
Ryan.
Yeah. So shout out to him. And a lot of people don't know that's actually my cousin. So
Oh,
that's
it's family business. Now go back. What's your dad's name?
Joseph Hines,
And what's your brother's name?
Isaiah Hines.
Okay. I just want people to make sure they know what the connection is. You got Aaron Winters right here shouting you out
Okay,
as well.
that's my
Yeah.
sister. Yeah.
Okay, shout out, sis. That's it. And we want to welcome people's comments and questions here. This is definitely an opportunity for Josh. Josh, I want to go back to one of the images I just put up a second ago. And do me a favor, take me through each of these years as briefly as you can. Your freshman year, your sophomore year, your junior. I mean, even to be a freshman on varsity. But talk about the experiences, because what I want people to get out of this is not only us giving you your roses, well-deserved roses for your accomplishment, but just to get an idea of a Division One athlete that's working hard and what it took and what those experiences. I can imagine that it wasn't easy the whole way through.
Okay, yeah. Can you put that? Actually, I was gonna look at it while I was
Yeah,
talking.
sure.
Definitely, my freshman year, I was a little shaky. I had a lot of ups and downs, but overall, I still did some great things. But it was some things I had to work on, and I for sure did. But the 3-point shot leader, I think I made 144 3-pointers my freshman year, and that was huge because just seeing the ball going in the rim meant a lot. And then school's second all-time free throw record. I don't even remember missing a lot of free throws, so that's great. And the free throws, I mean, we need free throws at the end of the game, so I'm just blessed for that. And then team's offensive player of the year. The offensive player of the year, that's tough. So I don't want people just like, oh, that was handed to him. But no, I was really putting the ball in the basket and helping my teammates win and putting them in better position. So I would say
Oh
that. And
no,
then my
hey,
sophomore year, varsity.
I think you froze for a second. He's gonna come back, I'm sure. And he definitely was putting the ball in the basket. I see Coach Larry Moore out here. What's up, Coach Moore? My coach back in high school, and if he's saying great young man and referring to Joshua, he's crossing over generations, man. And we got Miss Karen Hines right here, hard work and consistency. I think Josh, we lost him for a second, so I'm going to make sure he can pop back in 1 second. I'm sure he will. But I want you folks to stay on the stream right now. Got him back right now. There you go, Josh. We got you back.
Yeah.
We got Miss Karen Hines right here.
Did I disconnect?
No, you froze up, and I just cut you off so you can come back in.
Okay.
So you're fine. Karen Hines, this is your mom by any chance?
Yeah, that's my mom. Yeah.
Hey, mom, like yes, sir, no doubt. And like you were saying, put the ball in the back. Now, are you familiar with Larry Moore? This is my guy right here, Larry Moore, saying, man.
Larry Moore. His face looks very familiar.
Yeah, that's my fan. I'm about to say he coached me back in high school, and if he knows you as well, I mean, it's crossing generations. So you kind of made reference to that Offensive Player of the Year award. Now, help me understand, was there some controversy around that? People talking about you didn't deserve it? Because I'm just wondering if I picked up on something when you making that reference.
Yeah, it was like, oh, he's too small. He doesn't really deserve it. But at the end of the day, I'm still putting the ball in the basket. That's what really matters. And then at the end of the day, we were still winning. I think I only lost 6 games my whole high school career. So
right. Well, let me do this. I want to stay on that topic for a second. I know you're very capable. Like I said, we were at TJ Kelly's prep spotlight a while ago, and I was very impressed with your ability to communicate your point beyond just the basics, but just to kind of almost captivate people. And I think it's important for 2 reasons that we talk about this more. You work hard, you win an award, then you got naysayers. So how do you deal with how was that when you won the award, but then there was some chirping out there that you may not have been deserving of it? And then how do you advise someone else who may have the same kind of experience that you're having going forward, right, too? We got, by the way, we got, according to Corey, let's go, little bro. So you got the whole fam right here, huh?
Yeah, they all tuned in.
Yeah. So give me some advice as far as how you dealt with the naysayers when you should have just been kind of being able to appreciate the acknowledgement. And what advice would you give someone else, whether it's your little brother that has to follow in your footsteps or someone else that has to come behind someone like you?
I for sure give a lot of props to my dad for just keeping my head together, because I know I wasn't highly recruited, but I was gonna make a tweet about this just to say, like, to all the young dogs out there, like, none of these offers, nothing really matters, and because I mean the right person is gonna see you one day. So I would just say keep working and just stay in the gym, because I mean everybody wants offers, D1, D2, D3, but I mean at the end of the day, if somebody offers you a scholarship to go to the school and it's a good opportunity, I advise you to take it and just keep working, like I said. And I didn't listen to none of the tweets, none of the naysayers, like you said, none of the people that were talking about me. And I would just focus on my game and just stay in the gym constantly. And then with my little brother, we would just be in there working and no music, no nothing, just hearing the ball going in the rim.
So let me ask you this then. I'm going to challenge you a little bit more because I know you're capable. You weren't listening to it, but then you're getting all this pub. You in the paper. You part of what they said, a sports person of the year. That make you smile when you see yourself in the paper, right? I mean, and for your generation, I mean, this is huge that you're getting this type of, publicity, especially when you're kind of under the radar. Let's talk a little bit more about, along with your dad's support, how you handle that and things like that.
Yes, sir. So a lot of this year, my senior year, I got a lot of accolades and a lot of support from the media saying how good I am, blah, blah, blah. Everything I looked in, I was in it. So that was definitely a blessing to just see that my hard work was paying off and then I would say coach is still sleeping on me as all this is going on. And meanwhile, I'm still winning my team. I'm the face of the team. I'm putting up numbers. And like I said, we're winning. So I just look at it as the right person was going to see me in some point in time, and that happened.
Okay. Let me stop you right there for a second. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We have some sponsors we want to acknowledge. But when we come back, Josh, I want you to talk a little bit more about the recruiting process to give some insight on that, because I know it's kind of difficult for a lot of people to kind of relate to that. And you kind of touched on it a little bit. But before we go, I do want to acknowledge several of our sponsors, including the Ratio Williams Foundation, also Dick's Sporting Good, as well as Gilead Sciences has been supporting us as well. And I also want to acknowledge Team Michigan and let the viewers know about an event that's coming up soon. So just stay with me, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Breaking news! Team Michigan Basketball is presenting a series of basketball tournaments at Grand Traverse Resort and Spa. Get your teams registered today. The first tournament in the series is coming this Halloween weekend. Visit boosketball.com or teammichiganbasketball.com for more information.
That's right, folks. Bringing you back. We're here with Joshua Hines. He's doing some great work. He got nothing but support from his family. Got his mom right here saying stay in focus and continue to work hard. So Joshua's back with us. I'm going to bring Joshua back right now, and we're going to talk a little bit more about his experience in the recruiting process, particularly to what's about to be home. Let's talk about this Greyhound love you got right there. So take me back, Joshua, to your freshman year, being someone that's playing ball as a freshman, which is always something that people are going to be critical of, to you being in a position where you can make a decision between another school and obviously the University of Indianapolis. So take me back to what that experience was like and this whole recruiting experience has been like for you.
So I want to say it was long. I don't really want to say I stressed about it. My freshman year, I didn't have a coach that reached out to me. I might have had a coach that said, oh, maybe he could play at the next level. Sophomore year, nobody really. My junior year, I had one D2, and that maybe said something that really didn't even matter. And then I want to say my senior year, I had some JUCO colleges reaching out to me a lot, and then I had about 3 to 4 D1s that reached out to me, and I was communicating with. I had about 3 D2 schools that reached out to me, and really, the first school that offered me was Schoolcraft, and then I had a Iowa Western, and then I don't really want to get into all the schools, but
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Yeah, but I have 4 D1s and 3 D2s. But the crazy part about it was none of those schools were Michigan schools, so that was just shocking to me to just see no Michigan schools reaching out to me, and it took another school for them to even kind of after Indianapolis offered me, then another school wanted to kind of talk to me. But I was like, it didn't even make sense because I live here and you've seen me
Right.
all the time, so it doesn't even make sense for me to go there.
It's like the dating game as you get older, man. Sometimes they don't want you till somebody else gets you, man. life. Is it Day Anderson, D.A. Anderson? What a great season, Joshua. I'm glad I was a part of it.
Okay.
You out right there too. You get number love. So I want to stay on that point, and it wasn't for you to have to kind of go through each school and name that where ain't no bad blood, you're moving on. But I think it's important for the viewers, especially your peers, to understand that, it's very rare that you get student athletes who are getting D1 offers from day one. And then you look at you're not 6'7", 6'8", 200 plus pounds, if you will. Who knows? You might be like that by next summer. But that what you're doing is really based on your work ethic, and your skill set and what you are doing. So with that being said, I just really think it's important that people really understand. I got my guy, Coach Orlando Watkins, saying, what does that say about Michigan schools? Don't want to make it something that becomes, a controversial thing. But I like how you was kind of like, look, man, I can't worry about it anymore. And I think sometimes, and I've seen this on so many levels, the people in your own backyard take you for granted.
Mm-hmm.
It's maybe because they see you all the time, or they think they can come back around at the very end. So did it really challenge your confidence a little bit when you were getting opportunities outside of the state of Michigan and not get them in the state of Michigan?
Not really. It was just really like, it was kind of mind blowing to just see it. It was like, what else do I really have to do? Like, I was kind of curious, like, have I done something? Like,
like my social media clean. I'm not out here tripping. What's the problem?
Yeah, like something like that. So I wasn't really tripping on it.
I want to stay on there for a second too, and shout out to Daniel Hines. He said, "Proud of you, Joshua. Can't wait for your season to start." So talk about that part when you are curious and saying, "Well, did I do something wrong?" And I'm sure that doesn't help you when you're in the gym trying to get up shots, trying to do what you need to do for your coach, for your team. Talk about, was it some anxiety that came along with that when you're getting, calls from out of state but not locally?
Definitely, yes, because some of those calls came a little late. So, in the recruiting process, you know how that works. So it was kind of in the crunch, but once I got my first offer, my phone started to ring a lot, and then I was like, okay, now something's ringing the bell.
Well, I think separate from you, and I think this is something to educate those who are listening. It has been stated that once you get an offer, other people say, well, there must be something about him, so we want to offer too. And I don't think that's any negative reflection on you and who you are and how you present. But I also think it's just the sheer nature of it, and that's something people kind of have to be prepared for. But I had somebody tell me this long time ago: you love those that love you. So when you talk about people coming on board and supporting, that's important. You talked about some accolades. There are some people in particular. You talked about your dad, your mom, your immediate family. But are some other people that you can talk about that have been supportive for you? Who else do you want to give a shout out to?
Definitely, my whole family. That I was sending them links the whole season. They were texting me after the game, just congratulating me, because I know it was kind of weird because of COVID, so I needed that support. And
just like a family shot right here.
Yes. So that is a family shot. Some of my cousins and my
Don't start naming names. If you miss somebody, they'll be knocking on your door later on.
Yeah. So yeah, most definitely.
Now talk about you and the big fella right here. What's up with this?
Oh yeah, so Derek Coleman came to one of my games, and that's the game that I scored 43 and tied the school record. So that was a big time game for me, and I don't even remember missing a shot that game. So
who had the record? I'm just curious.
Ryan, I tied Ryan's record.
Get out of here! You tied his record, and Ryan, he had to say good job, but he was like, not no more points.
Yeah, actually, they had listed me at 45, but they went back and did the stats, and it came out to 43. Somebody had missed the
That's okay. So what is it like when you have Derek Coleman, who's a good friend of mine? I'll be at his kicking off his summer league next week, as a matter of fact, down at Birmingham Groves. DC is a first round draft pick. Played at Syracuse. DC is that dude. What is it like to have him, be in the stands, checking you out, and then to be able to develop somewhat of a relationship with them after that?
Definitely, just the impact that they've had on the community and the game is just big time. Just to have somebody to go to and just stay in contact with, that's just a blessing to have. And then another shout I want to give out to is Mr. TJ Kelly. He's definitely been a
Shout
huge.
out to TJ.
Yeah, he's definitely been a huge part of my recruiting process, and him connecting me with coaches has been. I like to say, like, when you work with people, people like to work with you. So definitely, he's been the guy to go to.
Yeah, I'm showing this picture that when you and I first met, and this is TJ's event. I mean, I was happy to be there to support TJ, and I hope he'll be able to get us a listen. But you can see the players in the back. He provided a great platform for people. I don't want you to stop the accolades, but finish those. There's something I want to go back to. Who else you got? And folks, please do not blow up his phone talking about why you didn't shout me out. You remember that time I gave you the Gatorade? Don't even do that. Don't even do that. If you got love for him, just keep doing what you're doing. He's just trying to take care of some business right now.
Okay. And then I could talk about some accolades from this year. I led my team to a district championship, a regional championship. We won that. And then
what is this right here? This
that's the district championship that
yes, sir.
We won.
Yes, sir.
So that was a great game. I think I finished with. Actually, my whole team. I had like this year's team. I had a lot of role players around me. We all finished with double-digit points, and that was a huge game because I needed them. We all stepped up to that game. So
wow, that's great. That's great. I want to go back to something you said though when you were talking about Derek Coleman, and I don't even know if you even caught what you said, but I think it kind of speaks to the type of young man you are. Not only did you say it's great to have someone with that kind of background, but you talked about what he does for the community, and for you to be a prep player. And to not only just be talking about yourself, but to mention something about community. Can you talk about what kind of quote unquote responsibility you feel you may have or other things that you think you have to do, not only as just a basketball player, but someone who's finding success as a young black male coming out of the Metro Detroit area?
yes, sir. So my parents are big on like helping other people and just staying on top of things, and just a lot of people they just think since they got all these offers they don't have to really do anything. It's all about basketball, but I look at it as you still got to do work because someday you're gonna stop dribbling the basketball. So I just like to help people and just talk to them because I know a lot of players are going through the same thing that I've went through, and I'm just happy that I'm able to play at the next level, really.
Yeah. So talking about that, and we're going to talk about the things you're going to be working on as you prepare to transition to Greyhound country. That is, talk about what is it about the University of Indianapolis and the coaching staff there that, along with this nice gym that's going to be your home for the foreseeable future. What was it about this that made you want to go there, and what advice can you give people as far as what they should look for and not pay attention to? Because there's so many things you can pay attention to. But just talk about that part that made you say, hey, this is a place for me.
Definitely Coach Jones. Coach Jones, he played for Butler. He played there for 5 years. He played in the G League, and he played overseas a few years. So definitely him. He's the guy that recruited me. And then definitely the head coach, Coach Casaro, they've never lost contact with me. They've always kept it real, especially Coach Jones. Coach Jones has really kept it real with me from the beginning.
Let me cut into you. What would be an example of keeping it real throughout your recruiting process?
So just constantly saying when you're gonna call me, when you're not. Just I know a lot of coaches just say, okay, we'll call you, but I mean they gave me times. If not, then the head coach will call me. So just little things like that.
So doing what you say you're going to do.
Yeah, most definitely that for sure.
What were some other things that, as it relates to the campus in particular, once you got down there?
Okay, yeah. So then I took an official visit down there, and it was just I had no complaints. It was they took me through a workout, Coach Casaro. We got lots of bites to eat, just team bonding, I didn't have any. I just felt like home there, and most definitely, I know my top two were Air Force and University of Indianapolis, and Air Force has a great program. Coach Met and Coach Scott, just two great guys that know the game really well. And
let me just stop right there. And this is taking nothing away from your soon-to-be home. I'm a former Marine, so I have a familiarity with the military. So, Josh, if I didn't know you and I just came in contact with you, and you said, hey, I'm deciding between, University of Indianapolis and Air Force. Once you said Air Force was a school that offered you, it would have told me so much about you. There's a term that's used in college recruiting that I'm not particularly fond of because I think sometimes it marginalizes people based on things they can't control. But the term is called character kid. Have you heard that term before?
No, I haven't.
Character kid is normally a terminology that's used to refer to things about the kid that have more to do with who he is off the court or field than who he is. But a lot of times, man, you can't control that. But to your parents, and what they've done to establish this family bond, to your dad being right there. I remember your dad being, I think it was at the Round Ball Classic, of course, because you guys were playing, but just being right there, the family support that I'm seeing, it helps build a product like you. And I think you're very fortunate. I know you know how fortunate you are, but unfortunately, so many other young people just don't come from those circumstances. So they don't get the opportunity to get that same nurturing. But if you said Air Force was like, we want this guy, that says that your nose is clean, you present in a certain way, the background check was thorough. So even though you did not choose to go to Air Force, I think it says so much about who you are. And it gives a lot of props and credibility to the University of Indianapolis because you end up choosing them over Air Force. Did you visit Air Force by any chance?
No, see, that was the problem that I had
with Colorado.
Yeah, that's the problem that I had with it too. I wasn't able to see the campus and all. So, but I mean,
you was gonna see mountains when you go out there to Colorado. That's what you was gonna see.
Yeah, I heard it's beautiful out there, but it was a tough decision.
Yeah, this is mom saying our village is strong. I think that's important. I think it's very important for those who are listening. Let me ask you about this, and this may be a loaded question, and you'll get used to these because I'm probably the nicest media person you go come in contact with. Because once you leave and get away from here, I don't think people are going to be looking out for you as others may. Anyway, with that being said, family pressure. Can you talk about pressure that there may be within the family to meet expectations? And can there be such thing as a good pressure and bad pressure, positive pressure and negative pressure?
I don't really want to say pressure, just doing what you're supposed to do. Maybe is what I would say is just staying on top of your work and just doing things around the house. So, I mean, as a kid, I mean, you have a lot of responsibility, but at the end of the day, if you just do what you're supposed to do and keep your head right, you'll be good and just not do anything bad.
That's I like that. I like that because I think what happens too many times, man, is that whether it's the immediate family or the circle, they put this added pressure on you that's not so much encouraging you, but almost weighing you down, saying, man, you got to do all this for us. And it's not because we want to cheer for you, but it's like we need you to go to the furthest you can go so we can benefit from it. And it just seems to me that the support you have from your family isn't rooted in that, it's rooted in some other things.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, talk about what things you want to work on. You kind of mentioned that offline, and I think that says a lot about you when you can be vulnerable enough to say, hey, there's some things I need to work on, whether it was your coaches telling you that, whether it's just things you haven't got to yet, but just what are some things that you can work on so that when we check in with you in the near future, we can continue to see your progress?
Most definitely my weight right now and my body.
Yeah, you can eat a couple Snickers. You'll be all right with a couple Snickers and Twinkies, huh?
yeah, definitely. Just killing that right now. I'm on a great weight plan right now. So
I'm just curious with that. All weight isn't good weight. So what is a healthy weight plan for you? What are some of the type of things that you're going to do or other players can do that can be healthy weight to put on?
Oh, I can actually I can tell you one of my workouts for the.
Please. And this is exclusive right here. This is some great information from an athlete that's doing well. So people listen up. Go ahead. What you got?
This is from my dad too. So this is just
all right. Shout out to Coach Hines.
Knowledge he knows. So by the way, these workouts change every day. So like this was from last week. This was a Thursday workout. Weigh in before at the beginning of the day. Half gallon.
What time are you getting up in the morning?
8 a.m.
Okay, very good.
So these are three a day. So half gallon of water should be consumed throughout the day. 3 creatine. Weight gain shake 3 times a day. 1 time immediately after each workout. Food for the day: a pizza, 2 burgers, pasta. Morning, 300 push-ups. So I'm arriving to the gym now. This is the morning time. 300 push-ups, 75 sit-ups, 4 sets of 25 bench jumps, 4 sets of 25 lunge jumps, 4 sets of 20 chest claps, full stretches. So now I'm done. That takes about an hour and a half. Now after school around 2:30, I get in the gym, 400 3-pointers, 200 mid range, and 100 free throws. That takes about another hour and a half. Meanwhile, I'm eating beef like in between those time periods. So now the evening, 3 sets of leg lifts, 3 sets of hamstring lifts, 3 sets of leg pushes with weight. So basically, I'm busy the whole day, really. Just doing
Is
what
that hard, Josh?
I won't really say it's hard. It's just time management, really.
Well, it's probably not hard because it's something you want to do. Because I've been off. I don't know if you know, I ruptured my Achilles, so I've been outside of the gym. I haven't been able to get in the gym like I want, push any weight, get up shots. But I was hearing that workout. I'm like, man, that sounds like a heavy duty workout, But part of you reaching your goal, so it's okay, huh?
Yes, sir. Most
So what
definitely.
are you doing this summer? You just in the gym all summer preparing for the transition?
Most definitely. Yeah, just in the gym, nonstop, really, and that's really it.
Okay, so with the time we have remaining, man, you've done an excellent, excellent job. This is guy Daniel Hines saying, "Dang, you're right. That's a serious workout." But here's what I want to ask before we get out of here, man. You know, what can you say to someone who wants to get the type of opportunities you have? What can you say to someone who may have been overlooked, if you will? What advice can you give to them now as far as what they could be doing with their time to get the outcomes that you have?
Definitely just working behind the scenes. It's not all about the AAU tournaments and just being in the face of the media all the time. It's just doing the things behind, and then once you working on all that stuff, it's just gonna like basically for me, I've worked on all the little things, and once I've hit the court, it shows what you've been doing, and most definitely just keep working and just stay positive because I've stayed positive through this whole thing, most definitely. So I would just say that really.
Yeah, this is my guy, Coach Larry Moore, Lawrence Moore, saying a lot of work. Continue to pursue your dreams. Well, man, I'm so impressed with you. I'm so happy for you. I want you to get on down there to Greyhound Country, Indianapolis, and handle your business. Only what that a 4 hour trip for you, a 5 hour trip?
It's a 5 hour for me.
5 hour for you. Yes, I'm in Lansing. I'm from Detroit, obviously, but I'm in Lansing, so it's a little bit closer. Like I say, between Fort Wayne and Indianapolis, ain't nothing there but cornfields, man. So just make sure there's gas in the car and you get down there, man. But I just want to say to everyone who's watching and support this young brother, encourage him, and don't hate on him. Just try to be like him. I don't know what else to say. You got any final words you want to have before I let you go?
Probably. And then another point I want to reach on is grades, just keeping those up and staying on top of your work. I think I mentioned that earlier, but just
No, it's funny. I was with Coach Izzo. I mean, I shouldn't say I was with him. I'm talking to him frequently, but we did an interview a while ago, and I remember he said the thing about grades, and I was just being, I was joking. When I was like, "Oh, Coach, you're not gonna look out for me." I think so many players think because they're great players that they're gonna get a pass, if you will, for their grades, and you're here to tell me that's not the case, huh?
yeah, not necessarily because I mean the first thing that they ask for is your transcript before they
They
even.
want, they don't want to hear you saying, well, I got to see, and whatever, and the teacher don't like me. You got to take care of your business in the classroom, huh?
Yes, sir. Most definitely, just grades, grades, grades.
Okay. Well, you take care of business everywhere. I want to shout out to your community, your family. Your mom says, thank you for the opportunity. Miss Huddle says, no problem, Miss Hines, no problem at all. I want to highlight young men like Joshua, DJ Ketchup, that is, handling this business. But I think he can really be a great resource to so many other young people who want to reach their goals and go far. And hats off to the Hines family for the work you guys have done. Thank you for saying that. Great interview. The interviews are great when you got somebody great to talk to. It's not like I'm here talking to a brick wall. All right, you got the last word, man, and we're gonna get out of here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it for the opportunity, like my mom said.
All right, you solid, man. Best of luck to you, man, and make it happen when you get down to the University of Indianapolis. Be in touch. All right.
Thank you.
SPS, we'll see you guys next time for the next Winning Wednesday. Appreciate your support and keep supporting our young people.